So, at the risk of boring you or spending too much of your time on, let's say, self-reflection, I wanted to add a little bit to the last post that I made. I wanted to say that I was actually feeling like something was brewing inside me. I felt a deep desire for Trump to declare himself God Emperor. I'm not I'm not even joking. And I thought about like the crazy lunatics that said, "Oh, this is gonna be the last election." And there's something weird there that I wanted to explore, but to spare you from it, I don't know if it's their projection or what, uh, if it's craziness or if it's actual, let's say, genius, sanity, and the last living neurons in these people's brains. But since you know I'm not a fan of democracy, I wanted to, um, let's say, give a little bit of a underpinning and context for why I'm saying all of this to you. Um, it's not that I believe that these women, um, let's say, are accurately seeing the picture. I don't think Trump is going to declare himself God Emperor anytime soon, right? But a boy can dream, right? Um, what I wanted to say was that um, what I want, what I really want, is to go back to a civilized society. I want the West to be civilized. I want people to be respectful of each other, and that means that I want authorities who can crack down on people being unreasonable. I want us to be reasonable again. I want there to be, let's say, a clear mandate for removing political correctness and this screeching attitude, um, not only from, let's say, the high halls of power, but from the public sphere as well. I don't want to hear people threatening other people. I don't want to hear people even, let's say, having a bad tone. And I know our circles talk a lot about tone policing and this and that. And there's a kind of tone policing that is incorrect in the sense of like trying to impose, uh, let's say, a moral aesthetic, usually on the part of a nagging woman who thinks that they can just wag their finger at you and control you. I think we should disabuse these people from that notion, and that we should use sheer power to impose reason. I think reason needs to be imposed. I think people shouldn't be allowed to be unreasonable and misbehave in the same way that toddlers need to, let's say, be disciplined. What I was referring to in the last video about the need to discipline others. Part of my, let's say, apprehension with democracy has to do with the fact that it has become a technocracy as well. Written laws and, let's say, a more distant state and police doing, let's say, the letter of the law but not the spirit of the law. All of those things, the lack of community, those are the things that really matter to me. I want people to have a community, and community requires certain commitments, makes demands on us, and it fundamentally requires people to sacrifice stuff to be, let's say, part of a community. You need to respect laws. Um, we cannot, let's say, allow disrespect to run so rampant just to defend um, ideals of freedom of speech or stuff like that, enlightenment notions that are fundamentally unreasonable and have led to the disintegration of our societies. It's in that sense that I don't want to belabor my point, but um, I don't feel like I'm able to express it correctly. I want authority to work through society in a way that allows personal agency. We've been so afraid of injustice that we have created a totalizing system that only replicates injustice. Because instead of having people making moral decisions, we have abstracted those moral decisions. We have removed the noetical from our lives, and we have used paper to justify our actions. So we now rationalize our morality and try to, let's say, justify ourselves, um, holding ourselves to, let's say, the letter of the law, while at the same time failing at keeping a good spirit of the law, a good spirit of what should be the human way to interact. Now, I talk about discipline in the sense that I think political correctness could only come up in a society where people themselves have no, let's say, consequence for speaking their mind. If you have a society that does, let's say, exact discipline, that does silence people, that does openly chastise people for, let's say, violating norms, in such a society, political correctness cannot thrive. It has no market and it has no means of enforcement because authority would already be on full display. Only in a lawless society can political correctness appear and usurp that authority. So my desire is that um, you you start taking the political authority that you're given to start to create a fractal of that authority and allow virtue to guide the process so that you promote virtuous people and that you don't look just at the, let's say, the more worldly aspects of competency and leadership, but rather that you look at the spiritual aspects of leadership and um, I don't need the strongest, most accurate, sharp shooting cop. I need a cop who knows good from bad. That's what I need. I need I need people to be able to put others in their place and to have the backing of the political authorities. I want cops to back virtue instead of merely following the letter of the law because we live in a tyranny where doing the right thing can put us in jail. And that is what I don't like. I don't like that we have systematized injustice and that we have given free rein to the madmen and to the crooks. That is what I want to say. We need to go back to a system based on personhood, based on authority that is granted from people who know one another. I don't care about the so-called achievements that a spreadsheet can give me. Um, I want real human beings who have an existential commitment, who know each other, who have uh, goals that align. That that is what a community is to me. So please think about these things. Think about the kind of community that you want to have and build it. Because otherwise, all of this is for nothing. Thank you.